Pressing play on the music, I hold my hand out to Emily. Dance with me. Her nose scrunches up at my request.
You want to dance? To Limp Bizkit?
Babe, I'd dance with you to any music. In fact, there doesn't even need to be music, and I'd still dance with you.
Okay, I officially know what it means to swoon now.
She takes my hand, and I pull her up out of the lounger and to her feet. I don't waste time before I have her little body pressed tight against mine. The feel of her curves under my palms, her scent surrounding me, hearing her cute little sighs as she relaxes in my hold. This right here is my ecstasy. I don't know how I survived living all those years without her. Actually, that's a lie. I do know. I wasn't living. That became evident, really fast, the minute she came crashing back into my life. I listened to the lyrics to Behind Blue Eyes play softly, and the words couldn't be closer to the truth. Because I am a bad man. I don't have a conscience, but I do dream of a future. And every image I can conjure up, they all revolve around this woman. Back in high school, I hated the feelings she evoked in me. I hated that I didn't understand them, and I hated myself, knowing I couldn't do anything with them. So I shoved them down, loved her from the sidelines, watched her every chance I got. I'm not sure she even knows the extent at which I used to watch her from the shadows. But how else was I meant to protect her? Emily tips her head back and looks up at the rafters above us.
This reminds me of graduation night. All the fairy lights. Did you hang them yourself up here?
I did.
Why?
She pushes. I was hoping she'd drop it. If she didn't ask, I didn't have to admit that I've spent countless nights staring up at these lights, recalling graduation night. But she asked, and I won't ever lie to her. Admit the truth? Sometimes. If it's for her own good, sure. But lying is not something I could ever do with her. I like fairy lights, I shrug.
You like fairy lights? Why?
I like them because the twinkle in them reminds me of your eyes. Every time I used to get a glimpse of your blue eyes back in high school, I swore I could see a light reflecting in them. I've spent many nights up here, replaying every memory I could conjure up of your eyes.
I don't get it. I know that you love me, Josh. I can feel your love deep down in my soul. I've never doubted it. Well, maybe I've doubted it sometimes, but your love, the thought of knowing that there was still one person in the world who loved me like no other, that knowledge got me through a lot of my darkest times. But what I don't understand is why. If you love me as much as you do, then why did you make me leave?
I can feel her body stiffen the moment she finishes her question. How do I answer that? That's a loaded question. But when I look down into her terrified eyes, I know I have to answer her. She needs to know there isn't a thing she should be too afraid to ask me. I press stop on the music and pull her into my lap as I fall back down on the lounger. My fingers run through her hair. It amazes me how it's always so soft and silky. I love the feel of it in my hands. I need you to promise me that whatever I say, you'll hear me out until I finish. It's not a pretty story, Em, and I really would urge you to reconsider needing to hear it. I kiss her lips. I need to seal her to me. I need to feel her connection. She already has one foot out the door.
I know that I don't say it much, but I do love you, Joshua McKinley. There is nothing you can possibly tell me that will make me think any differently of you.
Her words somewhat put me at ease. But she doesn't know what she's about to hear. I can barely think about the horrors that the McKinley dynasty was built on.